Good morning, YouTube. Today is Friday, January 31st, 2020. The coronavirus is still spreading. There are more recorded deaths, somewhere around 180, 185 recorded deaths thus far. And there are 8 people now in the United States of America who have been verified as having contracted the coronavirus. And one of the 8, it was through human-to-human contact. So now it's stepped up a level. Initially, it wasn't human-to-human contact, how people were getting it. But, let's just stop and think for a minute. This virus it's serious. It's not a game, and I know that there are games out there called Contagion and other things that talk about how would you handle being in this situation, or how quickly can we decrease the world population. But this is serious. So, are you taking care of yourself? I know some people believe in getting vaccinated. Other people don't believe in getting vaccinated. What you do is your own choice. But not only are we dealing with the coronavirus right now, but there's a large number of people that have the flu right now. I know of one facility where the entire facility had to be blocked off, shut down, because so many people, the majority of the people that were there, had the flu. So there was no one coming in, no one going out. Now, what would you do if there was a pandemic or an epidemic and you were told that you were not able to leave your homes? Like the people dealing with the coronavirus are now being banned. They're being shut in their homes and basically taped in the homes, and they cannot leave until things clear up. If that were to happen to you, are you prepared? Do you have enough food to last, or are you just living on the day by day? It's good to have some extra canned goods or dried beans or dehydrated food, and I know I kind of talk about that a lot, but I consider myself a prepper, and yeah, I do dehydrate foods, and I do try to be prepared for a variety of circumstances. It doesn't mean that I'm a fearmonger or I'm afraid of anything, and it actually makes me more confident because I know I have the things that I need if there is a power outage, or if a storm were to come, or in the event of a medical emergency such as these situations that are going on now, outside of America and inside of America. It's just good to be prepared. And I'm not sure if you've heard my story. Some people have and some have not, but it goes way back to one of my beginning videos. When I first moved to Minnesota, the weather was bad. There was a blizzard. And it was overwhelming and kind of devastating because I had never seen that much snow in my life. And it was a true blizzard. And a year later, there was another blizzard, and traffic wasn't able to get around anywhere. And then I moved into my house, and there was a tornado that knocked down the power lines 3 days after I was in my house. And I used to live on the day-to-day at that point, meaning I would just buy little bits of food, have a little bit of stuff, just to carry me over a couple of days. And not knowing that neighborhood very well, I just had moved in that neighborhood and had just moved to that particular city. I was kind of stuck. I thought, well, maybe I can go to the gas station and get some donuts or coffee or something. But no, the gas station didn't have any power either at that time. It was a tornado. A tornado in one part of the city, and straight line winds in the area that I was in, and the straight line winds were so powerful that it knocked down the tree behind my house, which hit the power line, which knocked out the power in the whole block for over a week. In the spring. The spring is still kind of chilly in the area where I was living. So, because of those things happening in my life, I've decided to take action in my own way and to be proactive and be prepared for things that may come up, which is why I get my food at the farmer's market, because I know then I like getting my food from the farmer. I like to know who planted and grew the food or who cared for the animals. I want to know that there's not, preservatives and all these other things in my food. I want fresh, wholesome, good things. And I want to be able to take what I have, either dehydrate it or freeze dry it or, prepare it in a way that I can eat part now and then I can have part saved for later. Like it's middle of winter now and don't really like shopping in the winter, but it's nice to not have to run to the grocery store to get onions because I dehydrated onions. So I dehydrated a sack full of onions, and believe it or not, they seem to go a lot farther that way than they do the other way, because you can always reconstitute them and bring the liquid back in them, just like cranberries and other things. So it's good to be prepared, especially if you have a small freezer. And my freezer area of my refrigerator is pretty small. I have lots of cupboards, very little counter space in the place that I live, and very small freezer space. So if I dry or can or preserve things, I can put things up in the cupboards and have what I need when I'm ready to use that. And the foods that I prepare on my channel are things that I have dehydrated, or I've done my own sort of preparation to put them away and store them for the cold months or harder times during the year. So those are the actual things that I'm actually using, unless somebody else gives me something and then I might use it or try it out. But fresh is best. And the next best thing to fresh for me is dehydrated. Because if there's a storm and you have stuff in the freezer, or if the power goes out, or if your refrigerator goes on the blink, and you don't even realize it, and then when you realize it, you go in, and your ice cream is actually soup now, and your meat is all warm, and you're ending up throwing away a lot of stuff. So it's good to be prepared in a way that, you may lose a few things that are in the freezer, but you still have what you need to make it through the storm, or make it through till the power comes back on, or whatever the situation may be. So, thinking back again on the flu and the coronavirus and these things, it's good for you to be prepared. It's good for you to have enough medication if you're on any kind of prescription. See if you can have enough medication to make it through a period of time. You don't want to wait till you're down to your last 1 or 2 days worth to decide to go and pick up a new prescription, because that option might not be available depending on what kind of surprise shows up. You want to have water in the refrigerator, because you can go maybe 7 days without water. But even for people that choose to fast and do the straight fast, I recommend that you have water every day, because the majority of your body is water. And drinking the water helps things function properly, and it helps to release those toxins. Even when people go get a massage somewhere, after you get a massage, the worker usually tells you to drink a full glass of water, because It helps release those toxins from your body. So water is very, very important. It's a vital thing that everyone needs. And having some kind of a staple that you can have for emergency times, rice, lentils, jar peanut butter if you're not allergic to tree nuts or any kind of nut products. Cans of fruits or vegetables are always good. You can have oatmeal. I mean, and it's not saying go and spend thousands of dollars to amass a garage full of food. Like, you're going to need that, you know. But to have something to make it through if there was a quick emergency, if your child or grandchild or family member got sick, if you got sick and weren't able to get out of your home. To have something, a go-to thing where you can say, okay, I can pull this stuff together and put it in the crock pot, turn it on, and I'm going to lay down and get some rest, and then get up later and try to eat a little bit, then you can make it. So try to prepare some things for yourself. Try to have a flashlight with working batteries or one of those hand crank flashlights in case you need it in the event of an emergency. Pack of wooden matches. Put some wooden matches in a Ziploc bag in case something were to happen, that you would have that in an emergency. There's lots of things that you could use, lots of things that you could have to help you make it through difficult times. But try to be aware and be prepared. And I look forward to seeing you on my next video.